Well, hello there. It's that time again. Yes, it is. It is time for this blog that truly blazes. Yes, our weekly tarot and astrology reading. And as usual, I am going to go over some Tarot de Marseille tarot cards I've drawn at random for our upcoming week. Some astrology here on the 13th of February of 2022. And as usual, it will be interesting, so please stay tuned. Okay, in a moment, 3 Tarot de Marseille tarot cards are going to come onto the screen and cover my face. The cards I drew at random for this week's upcoming reading are the Priestess, the Hermit, and the Moon. The Priestess is looking towards the left, the direction of the past. She holds open a book as if to receive or share knowledge. Perhaps she is looking at the past and recording what happened, or being open to that knowledge being shared. The Hermit is looking on very carefully in the same direction. He's holding up his lamp as if to say, okay, let's make sure that we see clearly what has happened before us. Let's go ahead and make sure that knowledge is perfectly clear. Maybe he's holding up like a reading lamp for the Priestess's book. But the main thing is making sure that knowledge is clear, that perhaps we get insight into the past. And if we do that, then we can avoid the chaos, the howling of the moon. Now, I think this is very appropriate, okay? Because we do have Valentine's Day tomorrow. A lot of times this brings up things with relationships, whether current or past. So this may be a time for assimilating knowledge that we gain from relationships. All of our relationships, all of them, are teachers. Whether they're good relationships, bad relationships, broken relationships, they teach us in very powerful and personal and deep ways. So it's time to assimilate that knowledge. It's time to be clear on that. And if we do that, if we take that in an objective way, because it's also, the Hermit is standing back. Okay, he's keeping his distance with that walking stick. It's like there's a boundary there. You keep boundaries, you look at it objectively, it's not quite so painful, not quite so overwhelming. And on the other hand, this could be a very, very good week, especially if you have loved ones that you're close to, again, with this Valentine's Day coming up. Okay, so we look at the astrology. The big event for this week will be the full moon, which is going to come up on this Wednesday, the 16th. That will be a full moon in Leo. So full moons are good times for psychic development. They're a culmination of energies before the lunar energy wanes, decreases in power, and then we go into a time of banishing, of getting rid of things that we do not want, do not need. Moon in Leo, that might be a bit emotional, okay? It could be very stirring, fire, moon, water, Leo being fiery. This could be a bit turbulent for some of us, depending upon how our moon is situated in our chart. Of course, if we have our moon in Leo, this doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. This may bring out just more personal power. All right, so that's always a good thing. As far as the individual days goes and their planetary rulers, nothing really comes out impressively. On the days where there are some good alignments, we also have like the Mars and a square relationship with the moon, and things just aren't really all that great. Actually, the Saturday's not bad. Now we're going to have the moon in a trine aspect, excuse me, in a trine aspect with Saturn. Now that would mean banishing problems with like home, okay, banishing problems with the elderly, clearing chronic conditions, because again we're in a banishing mode with the moon being in its waning phase. Also, we do have something of a relationship between the moon and Venus on Friday, which is good for love, or removing blockages to love or blockages to creativity. So this is a good time to clear some stuff up, and again, especially with the relationship theme with the Valentine's Day week here ahead of us. Well, there you go. There is your weekly tarot blog. I'm sorry we won't do it again next week because I'm going to be out of town, but we'll continue after that. I love doing this, and I love you. I appreciate your support. Till I see you next week, or excuse me, week after. Many, many blessings.